The hum phenomenon. What is that constant hum some people hear? People are terrified by the strange noises heard. Hum is the mysterious phenomenon of bizarre sounds that appear unexpectedly, and once penetrated into people's homes, they never come out. Cases of people sharing the same experience have been reported in places like Taos, USA, Tokyo, New Mexico, Bristol, England, or Largs, Scotland. Most were hearing what they described as disturbing hums. However, scientists have not been able to learn much about this phenomenon or what actually causes this sound, especially why it is only heard by a certain percentage of the population in the affected areas. The hum phenomenon has become increasingly common among people in recent years, disturbing from daily activities to the quality of life. As soon as it reaches a house, it doesn't disappear anymore, and people don't know how to get rid of the continuous and annoying sound that starts to destroy their lives. Many obsessed people start to hear this mysterious buzzing, which doesn't stop, and the researchers don't know what to do to discover the cause of this sound and the reason why a small percentage of the population hears it while the rest of the people don't. They have the problem. The first accounts of it began to appear in the 1950s, when people were disturbed by something with a low frequency that constantly hummed. The common factors in the reported cases are, the sound is heard only inside the house, and during the night its power increases. Also, the phenomenon is more widespread in rural and suburban areas. A study published in 2003 by Geoff Leventhall, a consultant in Surrey, England, shows that about 2% of people living in an area can hear the disturbing sound, most of whom are between the ages of 55 and 70. These cases have many things in common, including the fact that there is a buzzing in the house, which becomes much more pressing at night than during the day. Also, a common thing of the cases is the fact that the buzzing is heard more in suburban and rural areas, where it is quieter, and not in urban areas where the noise of the city is higher. Most people associate the noise with a diesel engine running. Most of those who hear this noise find it very difficult to bear, always leading to major problems in their lifestyle. Many even consider humming to be torture and torment. Sleep is the first habit affected by the hum phenomenon, which then leads to restlessness and even behavioral and mental problems. Often, when they go to the doctor and complain about the noise, those affected are told that they are imagining it, which makes them feel even worse. Those who hear this constant hum have dizziness, headaches, nausea, sleep problems, and nosebleeds, without hearing problems. The mysterious noise even pushed a man to suicide. In Bristol, a town in England, the first cases of the hum phenomenon were found. It all happened in the 1970s, when a group of people from the city confessed that a constant noise was disturbing their lives. The authorities blamed the urban noises, the cars and transports and the factories in the city that were working nonstop. And in Taos, New Mexico, the locals complained about the constant buzzing, and the laboratories and researchers who came to the scene and did research failed to discover the reason for the appearance of the sound. Other cases were reported in Ontario, Canada, Sydney, Australia, and Komoko, USA, where in 2003, researchers found a source of noise in 2 industrial sites that produced noises on certain frequencies in their activities. Even after the noises were removed, people in the area continued to complain about the annoying noise. Many of those who study the hum phenomenon believe that it is real, but its causes are not necessarily fully known. The researchers are of the opinion that the noise is not just an illusion, a hypochondria, or a mass hysteria of the locals from different cities. And the heating installation can be the source of the noise, as happened in the town of Komoko in the USA. Among other possible causes are the noise of high-voltage gas pipes, wireless communication devices, and even electric current cables. In few such cases it happens that the hum is caused by electrical or mechanical sources. Some scientists say that the hum phenomenon would be caused by electromagnetic radiation that only certain people would perceive because of their low frequency. Some people have a high sensitivity to signals that do not lend themselves to the usual human register. Another cause of the phenomenon could be tinnitus or the perception of a sound when it has no external source. However, subsequent research shows that the majority of those who hear humming have normal hearing and do not suffer from its disorders. Among the hypotheses stated regarding the possible causes of the hum phenomenon are microseisms, or extremely weak low-frequency earthquakes, which are often generated by the movement of waves. Skeptics also believe that a cause of the continuous buzzing would be secret military experiments, communications of airships or submarines, or secret transmissions, or the testing of supersonic weapons. Considering that scientists have not yet managed to discover the source of the buzzing, they urge those who suffer from this condition to use devices that generate white noise, which interferes with the annoying buzzing. In addition, scientists are not necessarily positive in terms of discovering the source of the noise and finding a solution to it, because as it has remained a mystery for more than 50 years and its solution could be quite distant. It is torture for those who can hear. It's a kind of torture. Sometimes I want to scream, says pensioner Katie Jacques from Leeds for the BBC. Leeds is one of the places in Great Britain where the hum made its presence felt. Night is the worst. It's hard to fall asleep when you hear this sound in the background. You're moving and turning in bed and you're getting more and more agitated because of it, Katie Jacques also said. Tom Moyer, professor at the Auckland University of Technology and investigator of the roar, began studying the phenomenon in 2002 when he was called to his office by an Auckland resident. Moyer placed an ad in the local paper after being visited by a sufferer who was desperate to find out the source of the noise. He received dozens of responses in a few days, all talking about a mysterious hum that perfectly matched the description in the ad. Residents on the North Shore of Auckland complained that the sound is so intense that it prevents them from sleeping or concentrating. When it's loud, it's like you have vibrations between your ears, like your brain is vibrating, one resident told a local television station in 2011. Another told how he deafened himself in one ear with a saw electric to be able to sleep at night. Many lived a life of vibroacoustic agony, unsure if what they were hearing was real or not. All my life I have had a deep sleep, says Steve Coldhays, aged 60, who first started hearing the roar during the night in September 2009 in his home in Brookfield, Connecticut. A mechanical engineer in the chemical industry, Coldhays, like many other victims of the roar, dedicated his free time to searching for the source of the mysterious noise. I immediately felt its effects in my head. It feels like you have your fingers in your ears. Others have different experiences. Sometimes the floor of the house has a distinct vibration, or I feel it in the springs of the bed. Many people's ears are ringing. If you also hear this sound, I'm waiting for you to tell me in the comments.